In recent years, us gamers have seen the resurgence of video game demos thanks to the events such as the Steam Next Fest. We saw our first one of the year beginning of February, and I unfortunately didn't have much time to check out the demos this go around. But there was one game that I saw all over my Twitter feed and I knew I had to check it out. Thankfully, they extended the time of their demo and I got a chance to play this game, and because of that, we are going to discuss what is Indika. Indika is a third-person, story-driven game that follows a nun whose name is, well, Indika. The demo picks up what appears to be partway through the story already, with Indika and a man with a super messed up arm named Ilya. Throughout the demo, we find out that they are on their way to a place called Spatov. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, and I do apologize for that. But during the brief 30-minute demo, I came across multiple environmental puzzles, and that seems to be the core gameplay there, is these environmental puzzles. Whether I was moving a ladder around to get on top of a roof, or pushing a cart to reach a higher spot to get an item to then make an elevator work. Since Ilya's arm is injured and he's pretty much useless, it's up to Indika to figure out how to maneuver through the environment for the both of them, it seems. Another aspect of the gameplay is there was a moment where Indika was being chased by a wolf. And with this situation, when you're running through the level, when you're running away from this wolf, you're presented with essentially two different options. At least I was. Maybe there was more, but I can only really see two of how to take Indika to get away from this wolf. And unfortunately, from what I found, there's a right way and there's a wrong way. So there was a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of dying and then switching which way we were going to go. And I'm not sure how many chase sequences, quote unquote, there's going to be throughout this game, but I can unfortunately see it maybe getting tiresome and old, just kind of having to rinse and repeat and learn from your mistakes and get so far and then start back from the beginning and yada yada yada. I don't know how that's going to play out, but that was my least favorite aspect of the demo, and I felt like it was necessary to at least acknowledge that in the video. Indika has a bit of RPG leveling elements to it. Throughout the demo, there were religious texts or books I could pick up, and they offered some lore and such. But when I did, it gave me what I can only assume to be XP. It had like a classic PlayStation 1 like collection sound to it. It kind of threw me off, but it also was kind of charming at the same time. And the only other sources of XP I could find, at least within the demo, would be from lighting candles to light up paintings of different religious figures. I don't know if there will be XP rewards for completing different tasks in this game or not. And what I got for level ups didn't seem to affect the overall gameplay. All the levels did really seem to offer were modifiers on how many of these XP points we would get along the way. Again, the demo's a bite-sized demo, is about 30 minutes long, so we'll just have to see and wait for the full game to see how the RPG elements do flesh out. There was one singular moment in the demo that got me sold on Indika as soon as it happened. I was climbing up quite a large staircase with Indika when a narrator starts to chime in, only to have Indika to start talking with the narrator a few minutes into his monologue. The narrator did have a bit of charm to them, and it makes complete sense because upon reading the Steam page for Indika, that narrator's the actual devil. It's just who it is. No beating around the bush, it's the devil. And what happened next with the game did kind of throw me for a loop on how the game tone and vibe was gonna go. The devil did manage to convince Indika that she should open a letter that she was tasked to deliver and to read it, obviously, when she opened it. She eventually, I guess, caves in and she does read it. And when she does, the whole area warped into some weird demonic section. And then the devil just starts talking maniacally. He just starts talking really fast, starts slinging these insults. Some of them were kind of funny. It threw me for a loop. It went from like a very kind of muted tone game to like this very vibrant red area with this intense music that was going on, with the narrator just talking fast and in the background talking all this nonsense. It was kind of wild. The only way to calm things down is for Indika to pray, which is kind of like one of your two actions you can do. You can either pray or you can turn your flashlight off and on with Indika and then walk around. There's not much she can do. She doesn't carry a weapon or anything like that. So this game's going to be interesting when it comes down to the different elements. But by bouncing between praying and I only assume letting the devil in, potentially, it allowed me to work through the area through different, like, with the environment kind of moving back and forth and giving us options to move throughout the area so we can essentially leave this room. And it did bring an interesting twist to the environmental puzzles. Video game demos are designed to give us players previews and to entice us to want to purchase the product being shown. After playing the Indika demo, I am left with a hell of a lot more questions about it than I had going in. And I had some questions going into it. My questions now are, what happened that led up to where we were in the demo? Why is Indika carrying on full conversations with the devil when she's a nun? Why does this quirky music pipe in every once in a while, and why does it fit in so damn well? One thing for sure is that I'm excited to play through the full title once Indika fully does release. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video today. I know it's a bit of a shorter one, but the demo was only 30 minutes long. There's only so much I can talk about. The demo is still up as of right now when I'm recording this audio, so go and check it out on Steam for yourself if you are curious. And after you do that, leave me a comment below what you think of the video, what you thought of the demo. And I think it's going to be one of those gems of 2024 for sure. Give the video a thumbs up while on your way out, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.